Okay, now I'm going to touch a little bit about some of my Filipino friends that I had back when we had a little gambling going on. We used to have a dice game at my house, maybe 3 times a week. We'd start playing. I'd go buy a case of beer, bread, and eggs, and we played all night long. The name was called Shigolo. It's a 3 dice game, and there was anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 on the table at all times. Okay, now I was the house, and I'm not stupid. So I would sit in the game, and I would bet $5 when I get the dice, because the dice go around the table. Whoever gets 4, 5, 6, so he becomes the boss. Yeah, but so anyway, we'd start playing dice back in the day, and the Filipinos believe they have to tote the house. So there's pots of $300, $400 at a time, and they token me anywhere from $30 to $40 each pot. So at the end of the night, you know who's got all the money. I got all the money in the pot because I'm not stupid. I bet $5. These guys are betting 50. So whoever wins is giving us 20, 10, 30, whatever in the pot. So in the morning, I'd cook them breakfast, and I was making myself $500, $600, $700 a night. Just throw a little crap game, that little dice game at my house.
And you weren't cheating?
No, there was no cheat. Nobody cheated.
You were just
Yeah.
betting smart.
Oh yeah, I was just laying back. Why am I gonna bet when I'm making my money over here? One night I told my youngest son, Anthony, I said, Anthony, I'm tired. So tonight you run the game. So I got up in the morning, I looked in the pot, it's empty. And so one of my buddies, big Filipinos, name was Nasa. I said, what happened, Nasa? He says, Anthony was betting. He lost all the pot money, plus he took 2 or 3 trips to the bank to get money out.
Oh no.
So that was the last time my son Anthony read the crap game.
And this was what, in the 1970s?
Yeah. Then I became good friends with the Filipino. He used to call himself the Greek because he thought he was Jimmy the Greek.
A Filipino guy named Jimmy the Greek?
Yeah, well that's what he called. His name was Raul, but he called himself Jimmy the Greek. Anyway, he wanted to put some action in on the games, football games, and I had connections. So I said, okay, you want to bet football games? This is the way. No problem. So these guys bet. They don't fool around. So they lay out, first week, they went about five large. That's 5,000.
On what game?
Football games, many different football
Like
games.
college? Or?
Pros and college, mostly pros. All right. So he comes to my house, and he says, somebody told me you're not going to pay. So the deal I had with these guys is, this is the way it works. You win, I take 10%. So if you win 5 large, I take 500. If you lose, you got to pay the bookie 10%, so I don't take anything. Okay, so he says, he makes his bets. He comes over, he says, somebody told me you're not going to pay me. So I got $4,500 in my pocket, all hundreds. So I throw it on the table, and I says, there's your money. This is the way it works. You win, you get paid. You lose, you better pay. Come Super Bowl, he wants to put in a bet for $25,000. Bunch of the guys. I said, okay, no problem. Make sure you know the rules. Yeah, we know the rules. Because I said, you're not fooling around with kids here. So, okay, we put in the bet. Now, I'm not stupid. If they win, I'm going to make $2,500. But if they lose, I might not going to make nothing. So I put $1,500 the other way. So I'm going to make either $1,500 or $2,500.
Wow, that's smart.
I'm not, hey, I got that Sicilian blood to be Joe. We know all the angles. So anyway, they lost. And they paid $2,700 and $25,000 would be another $2,500, $27,500 cash. Because they knew the way it was. You win, you get your money. You lose, you pay. And I said, you're not messing around with kids. So that's one of the stories of what's coming, the action I used to have when I was a little younger, maybe a little more crazy, you know.
Yeah, because you've changed so much.
Yeah, oh yeah. Anyway, my friend Morale, who nicknamed himself the Greek, because of Jimmy the Greek, who used to be the handicapper, calls me one night and he says, I'll be at the dice game a little late. I'm in Reno and I'm doing real good. So I'm gonna fly out of here maybe in a little bit. Okay. An hour later, I got a collect call. I'll get the phone, it's him. He says, he used to call me the Godfather. And he goes, Godfather, can you send me some money for a plane ticket? I said, what happened? I thought you were winning. He said, I lost everything. I said, they changed dealers, and I got mad and I lost control. I said, okay. So I Western Union him the money. Another hour goes by, it's another collect call.
Oh, no.
I said, what happened? I lost the money. I said, you lost the money? Start walking. So one of his brothers or somebody had to go picking him up. They drove up there and got him. This guy was such a beauty, nicest guy you ever wanted to know. Now he's gonna go to the Philippines and get married. He lost all the money. So here he comes. Godfather, can you help me?
Oh.
What's wrong? I need money to get married. I says, you need money to get married? Okay, I'll give you the money. So I gave him the money and a bottle of Dom Perignon to drink at his wedding. That was the Greek. Nicest Filipino guy you ever want to know, but loved to gamble.
It doesn't sound like he's very good at it.
No.
That's a bad combination.
Yeah, he probably won maybe 10% of the time if he was lucky.
Oh.
Yeah, he was always in the hole. I could tell by his face. If he'd walk in and it looked like he saw a ghost, he lost his ass.
You guys were in your 30s at the time?
Yeah, I used to, Ron, what's wrong? Oh, you Godfather, you know. Yeah, I know. Like how much? Too much.
Do you guys ever play cards back then? Or
Oh yeah, poker. I used to play poker with another group of guys, all Italians. And every Wednesday night we played, and there was 6 of us that played. All businessmen, except for myself. And there was one guy that I had picked up to bring there. His name was Marty. And Marty, if always lost, but Marty had to see every hand.
Oh.
And if the next day Marty would be telling all the stories about how he lost this hand and that hand, if Marty ever won, he didn't have nothing to say. It was quiet. That was another real good friend of mine. His last name was Marty Ligori, real nice man. Matter of fact, he owned one of the fish markets on the wharf back in the day. Yeah.
The one you worked at a fish market a
one
long
across the street
time.
from where I worked from.
Mm.
Yeah. Liberty Fish Company. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're
It's
still
still
around.
there.
Yeah.
That's his daughter's. His son passed away, Vince.
Oh, what's his daughter's name? Do you remember?
I'm not sure. I know both of them, but
And they're still running Liberty.
they're still running
Fish
the
Company.
business today. Yeah.
Nice. Where is that at? Do you know?
On the wharf,
Oh, it's on which wharf?
Where I work.
It's on Fisherman's Wharf.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
right next to Cafe Fina.